Dude, why would you buy a scooter when you're a motorcycle guy? That makes no sense, right? I gotta tell you, man, if you've never driven one of these, you're missing out. You're missing out. These things are sweet. And I'm talking anything 250 range and above. I'm not talking about the little 50cc scooters. I'm talking something that'll do legit highway. And I've been looking for a while. And I looked at the X-Max. I even looked at the ADV 150. Tried to find an old Reflex. I didn't want to spend a ton of money. And, you know, by the time I was going to get the X-Max 400, and by the time it all was said and done, man, they're like $56.99 on the floor. By the time you add all the taxes and everything in, you're up around like 71, 72 for, you know, a 400cc scooter. And I was like, wow, that's a chunk of change for that. I am always scouring the internet looking for good deals, and I found this one. Well, I started getting on the Forzas because I was like, yeah, they don't make them anymore, and I believe this is the last year they made them. This is a 2016, and I wanted to get something that had a center stand. I wanted to be able to stretch my feet out. I wanted, man, the top box was like the icing on the cake. Older Polish gentleman had this, and this guy had, I had to listen to him and talk to him for like 45 minutes. He didn't want to sell me this bike, and as you can see why. It looks like it just came off the showroom floor. It's got 4,000 miles on it, but it was such a killer deal. Like, I guess apparently he wasn't aware of the situation with used bikes right now. I you know, if you watch my channel, you know I go through a lot of bikes. I flip bikes. I make money on bikes. If you know bikes, it's not hard to do. It's a tough market right now because everybody wants a premium for their used stuff because the dealers are out of stock on everything. And this guy apparently didn't know, you know, what the going rates were for bikes. I don't think he was very computer literate. I think he had another guy working with him that put it on the internet for him. But I got this for a steal, man. 4,000 miles. I could turn around right now and sell this thing and make 1,500 bucks on it, no problem. Probably tomorrow. But I want this bike. I want to keep this bike. I don't have it tagged up yet. I just got it. I just finished throwing a coat of wax on it, trying to figure out how this goofy box works. I finally figured that out, and it does come off, which is nice. But I mean, this thing is cherry, man. Cherry. So back to the philosophy of the scooters. You can drive a scooter in the rain and not get wet. If you get a big enough one, heavy enough, they got a lower center of gravity, they even handle crosswinds pretty good. You can drive them with one hand. These brakes are linked and they're ABS. So I mean, basically all you really need is your right hand to drive this thing. I'm talking about chill. I've taken it, I took it out on the road. I still need to do an oil change on it, check filters and do all this. A little disappointed with the way the center stand works. It's very close to the edge here. When you try and put it up, it's almost like you can't get a good purchase on it with your foot. But just cruising it around, you know, locally, this thing is deceptive how fast it is. Because of maybe it's because of you're so protected. You know, I'm zipping down the street. I thought I was doing like, you know, 25 and I was doing 40. It's like, man, kind of deceptive. I don't think it's going to be, I would probably assume it's quicker than a car off the line, quicker than most cars off the line. But I did get into it a little bit. I mean, it's already broken in, so I got no problem, you know, wide open. It's just funny with scooters because they wind up, they get to a certain RPM and then they kind of just stay there. So you don't get all that production of the engine rising and falling and the gear shifts and everything. It just kind of winds up to a certain RPM and then that's it. And if you hold it full throttle, it just drones. But you know, you're increasing speed. Now I had a Silverwing 600 back in 2006. That thing was quick. I think they had like 50 horsepower. This, I think these are rated at 24, I think, or something like that. So it's not going to be nowhere near as impressive as the Silverwing was, but I just wanted something that my wife can ride on. It's got a nice wide seat, somewhat of a backrest. I don't know if they make a pad for this or not. To just go cruising, chill back roads, you know, throw the cardos on the helmet, be talking, and just that's what does it for me. So gonna get it all tagged up, insured, and everything, and I'm having more reviews coming of this to see what it does top speed, see what it does 0 to 60, see how it handles. So stay tuned, there's more coming. But nice looking bike. I love it when people take care of their stuff, because you don't find that a lot. A lot of times you go and look at something, it looks great on the internet, you get there, there's scratches all over it, they never change the oil, stuff's falling off of it, it's horrible. So I'm really happy today that you know, I got a pick here. I got a really good pick.